the service road there, and you can go to that one this Saturday and you can take those classes. Plus there's classes coming up next Saturday as well, March 16th in Oklahoma City and in Midwest City at 63rd and May. This is next Saturday from 9 to 11, and then you can also go to the Midwest City one. So
you know
great thing.
Yeah, smartphones keep getting fancier and fancier, so that would be really helpful for a lot of people.
Especially for people like me who don't like to read the manual. They like to be taught by somebody.
Yeah, or you know, a lot of people do trial and error, and sometimes that doesn't work out so well. So this is a great option.
That is.
All right, well, big thank you to Macy's and Bob Mills Furniture for outfitting Oklahoma Live Studio and us as well.
That's right. Don't forget, pick a prize code word of the week next week.
Spring.
Is going to be spring. We're switching it up to spring.
So that also means that the good weather will come with, you know, whenever we change our code words.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Coming up Monday on Oklahoma Live, our live stage will be rocking with music from Don McClenny. We're getting the kids ready for spring break and summer camps at Science Museum Oklahoma. And we meet a dog that needs a home from Haven of Hope Animal Shelter.
Well, thank you everybody for watching once again. Have a great weekend. Here's one more song from Moad.
Well, if you ever go back in the woolly swamp, well, you better not go at night. There's things out there in the middle of the woods that make a strong man die for pride. Things that crawl, things that fly, things creep around on the ground. And they say the ghost of a Lucius Clay gets up and he walks around. And I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself, and I couldn't conceive it. 'Cause I never would have listened to nobody else, and I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself. 'Cause there's some things in this world you just can't explain. The old man lived out in Woolly Swamp, way back in Booger Woods. He never did do a lot of harm in the world, but he never did do no good. People didn't think too much of him. They all thought he acted funny. The old man didn't care about people anyway. All he cared about was his money. Well, he'd stuff it all down in the mason jars and bury it all around. And on certain nights when the moon was right, well, he'd dig it up out of the ground. But he'd pour it all out on the floor of his shack and run his fingers through it. The old Lucius Clay was a greedy old man, and that's all there was to it. And if you ever go back in the woolly swamp, well, you better not go at night. There's things out there in the middle of the woods that make a strong man die for pride. Things that crawl, things that fly, things creep around on the ground. And they say the ghost of Lucius Clay gets up and he walks around. And I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself, and I couldn't conceive it. 'Cause I never would have listened to nobody else, and I couldn't believe it. I just had to find out for myself. 'Cause there's some things in this world you just can't explain. Cable boys was white trash that lived over on Carver's Creek. Well, they were mean as a snake and sneaky as a cat and belligerent when they speak. One night the oldest brother said, "Y'all meet me in the woolly swamp later, and we'll take old Lucius's money and we'll feed him to the alligators." They found the old man out in the back with a shovel in his hand. And 13 rusty mason jars he just picked out of the sand. And they all went crazy and they beat the old man and they picked him up off of the ground. Threw him in the swamp and stood there and laughed as the black water sucked him down. They turned around, went back to the shack and picked up the money and ran. They hadn't gone nowhere when they'd realized that they were running in quicksand. And they struggled.
KSBI Sports First.
Tonight at 6:30 on the OK Sports Wrap, the high school basketball state tournament rolls on with the semifinal round. Several metro area teams got bounced Thursday, but the ones that survived are hoping to move on to the finals. We'll have highlights tonight.
And the Thunder traveled to the mecca of basketball last night, Madison Square Garden. We'll take a look back at their battle with the Knicks and a look ahead to tonight's game against Charlotte.
We'll see you at 6:30.
It's time for the Wendy Williams Show. Together